So I want to first welcome everyone. Welcome to my breakout session. My name is Dexter Bowling. I am the owner and operator of ShoeBiz. I've been a seller on eBay for just over 3 years. The name itself is kind of self-explanatory. I do sell sneakers and I sell other things, but I am here to be able to teach you guys or just to explain or give you what I call a beginner's guide to eBay Open. You're attending here, you came from the main stage where Rebecca and Adam did a great job just giving like helpful pointers. And for also if you're a past attendee or if you have networking tips or if you want to see networking tips, you can still reach over to Sarah Stiles as well as Kathy Terrell, and you can see their networking breakout sessions as well. But from what I saw before, let's go ahead and get this started. I know we're running a little behind, so I'll try to make sure I stay within our window, and let's go. All right. Sorry about that. So from what I just was explained, 70% of you all that are going to be here are first-time eBay attendees. As you know, that it can be a very overwhelming experience, but my expectation for here is to more so equip you with what you would need to be successful as a first-timer at eBay Open. So you can look at the side of the screen and you can see anything from keynote speakers to virtual booths and a large variety of sessions, whether it's category breakouts, network sessions, or even training sessions. If you don't know where to start, this is the place to be. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to equip you with the tools and a game plan today to make your first eBay Open experience enjoyable, educational, but most importantly, make it successful. All right, so quick overview. So what is eBay Open? So eBay Open is an annual event hosted by eBay for you, its sellers. So yes, today you are the customer. So it was designed to bring us together with eBay employees, industry experts, as well with the intention to provide educational sessions such as workshops and networking opportunities. All these things are going to discuss later. In addition to this, eBay Open was aimed to help us sellers grow our businesses on the platform and by providing us with insights into some of the best practices, updates on eBay's policies and tools, and a chance to be able to connect with other sellers on eBay and just general eBay stuff, as I'll call it. What you'll see on your screen, you should have, these are important dates to remember. So you will want to start with from the 26th to the 29th, just make sure it's marked on your calendar. So September the 26th, there will be a studio in-person event at locations that are in Chicago, Atlanta, Philadelphia, and Phoenix. Those will be going on from 5 to 8 p.m. local time. There should have been, I guess, the notifications online for the opportunity to register. Again, even though I'm a veteran, I'm still registering for what I can. I live in the DMV area, so Maryland. If I can get over to Philadelphia, that'll be my closest one. For people who are not able to make it to the actual studio events, don't worry. The fun stuff is the actual virtual events. So kind of like here, eBay has given us the opportunity by leveraging technology to where we can use these virtual events to be able to participate and to network with one another. The virtual event goes on from September the 27th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And as was mentioned on the main stage, there will also be recordings that are available. What you'll see is that during the virtual event, there's going to have a daily schedule that they're going to follow by. You'll have the daily keynotes, you'll have networking opportunities, there'll be training periods, category breakouts, and then seller presentations. So some of these are pretty similar to what was like explained on the, like I said, the main stage, but I'm going to take the next level to kind of give you more the specific guidelines on what it's going to take to be successful. And so now let's go ahead and get to my three big goals for you. So the very first goal I will set out is tailor your experience. So when it comes to eBay Open and being successful, I believe Rebecca mentioned that there are different training session labels. So she called them tracks. That's a great way to put it, but they're basically different experience levels. So even though you're a first-time eBay seller, it doesn't necessarily mean, or it is maybe your first time attending eBay Open, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a first-time seller. So we all have very different ranges of expertise, and for that, you're able to, tailor to what works best for you. So what I would say is that, decide, you can read into the lines of what they're covering and then what they will walk through, and then you can decide to which things work best, whether you have a strength area or a weak area. This is what you can focus. I'll go into it first. The beginner session. So these are more so for our sellers who are recently joined to eBay. And I use a Marshawn Lynch reference. They're just here so don't get fined. So as we all know that eBay does have policies that they hold us accountable to as a seller, because we are, we are the ones who are, leveraging the platform to be able to create an opportunity for, people to shop from us, but we're using eBay. So we have to make sure that we abide by that and go with it. In the beginner session, these are for people who are looking to, try to improve their listing appeals. They want to look into sourcing and pricing, and they basically want to kind of get tips and tricks on customer service. If you actually see on the side under beginner, I actually put a listing buyers will love. That's an actual seller who will be will be given a display on under the beginner level track that you will be able to actually attend and take some tips and tricks. The next track that will follow is going to be the advanced level track. So these are more so sessions for sellers who make sales weekly and are still defining their audience. So they talked about leveraging tools, leveraging resources, but if you also want to grow your business, sometimes going into international may be something that you don't know about, and just having that information is something that you could actually, leverage from there. In addition to this, you could see about promoted listings. So promoted listings in themselves is something that it's an art form, whether it's marketing or just trying to find your actual target audience to be able to get return customers. It becomes a great avenue. And again, this is an example that I put in here, evolution of promoted listings. Julie is going to be able to walk through a line by line example of how the success has been able to come from there. The final track, and this is for our more experienced sellers. So this is expert. These are sessions that are designed for sellers who make daily sales and know who they're actually targeting. So when I say targeting, I mean target audience. This is basically, your customer base, you're looking to scale. So a lot of times you're trying to maximize your marketing campaigns to be able to get turnover percentages to help say if I put an extra, couple dollars here, is it going to return? What's the ROI for me? And then trying to secure those repeat customers. A lot of times just securing your repeat customers kind of helps build your network, because if you have someone who's willing to return, they're a lot of times willing to tell others about where they're getting their products from, and that becomes more, more opportunity for you to grow your business, as well as more opportunity to be able to go from there. And also just let everybody know, I do see the questions coming in. I will save all the questions to the end solely because we did kind of start a little bit later. Don't hesitate. I will definitely come back to review the questions that were coming in. All right, so the next helpful tip I'm going to tell you is that find what interests you. So this can be something that you're currently working in or something that you're looking to grow into. This could be anything ranging from collectibles, electronics, home interiors, or fashion apparel. As we all know, eBay is a plethora of opportunity. As an entrepreneur and as a seller, you get to take advantage of what you can actually make your store into. So I think everybody sees, like, you can see behind me, I have a lot of sneakers, ShoeBiz, I do sell shoes, but, I have interest in a lot of things, whether it's like trading cards or whether it's like vehicles and motorcycles. You have the opportunity to really kind of to listen in to some of the experts and some other sellers who are in these areas and are reaching customers, and just decided like, hey, is this something that you want to pursue? Is this something that you can actually map to your business? Or even better, is it just an opportunity for you to see as a customer, what is it like there? What does it go into purchasing when you're shopping on eBay? So again, I say that this is a great opportunity. Finding what interests you, it really helps pave the way, because at the end of the day, eBay Open, you are the customer. Being able to network and being able to get into the realms of what we think are what we value, it will become very beneficial for us, because it'll be able to help us kind of grow overall. All right, let's see. And then the last trick, or the last tip that I'll have, it will be skillful networking. So pretty kind of self-explanatory, but as we know that everything that we have today is really moved to virtual, so a lot of times that can make it a little bit more cautious for us to kind of, either meet new people because we don't have that face-to-face interaction, or just it takes away that, in-person type of encounter. But you can still be able to use the online aspect to be able to, reach out to sellers such as myself or any other sellers that we have here. We're all open books. We're all willing to be able to help give. Just to think, you are a first time, at least eBay open goer. That was me last year, and I'd already been selling for 2 years before that. So I just think that by using that, you can understand like the importance of networking. There are things that I'm pretty sure everyone's experiencing that I've gone through that I can either give tips to, and honestly, there are things that I've probably never experienced that I could be able to have more information about to be able to share to other sellers. But as you can see, be genuine, be authentic, engage in relevant conversations. So I believe Rebecca mentioned that in your profile, you could put what interests you. That's a great way to kind of start. So I didn't even think of that. So I'm going to make sure I can recognize her for giving that recommendation. Say like, hey, what are you interested in? So if someone, they see your profile, they can know, well, hey, I don't know this user. There's a username. What is it? Having that is a kind of way to, I'll say like, to attack the elephant in the room. So you're able to kind of initiate some type of communication, whether it's like, hello, how long you've been selling on eBay, and then kind of more so set a goal, right? So try to meet at least 1 to 2 sellers either a day or per networking session. It doesn't have to be everything that's crazy. It's a big community. eBay in general is just designed for us to be successful, but more so for us to kind of grow together, and I think a lot of that kind of can get lost in the fact that everyone, wants to make money or do that. But a lot of times it's just like the love of what you're doing and the sales to what you're doing that more than likely it brings the most joy out of the more people. So yeah, just set a goal for yourself, have fun, and be able to just make the most of it while you are, attending the eBay Open. And I'm pretty sure that you're going to be able to take the first experience that you have, and you're going to be able to use what I provided in this overview to help you be successful while attending the event. All right, and this is an example for me. So I guess the takeaway is that if you did like the way what I talked about, or just in general, just get more information about me, feel free to, to reach out. So I do have a store on eBay. It's called ShoeBiz. I could be reached via email. I have a LinkedIn, and I guess for my personal side, because this is more like my part-time job, but it's something I really enjoy. I do cybersecurity in the full time, so I'm more, and I guess I'm growing, and I'm planning to attend eBay Open with the opportunity of more so becoming more public facing, like speaking at this event, and to just trying to get more out there since my job is more behind the scenes. So that's my way of what I look forward to when I do actually attend the event. And everyone, don't hesitate, message me. You can message me on LinkedIn or message me on Instagram or any of the social media platforms. I'll definitely respond, and I look forward to being able to network with each one of you. All right, so let's see. We're going to go ahead and go into the Q&A session. So I'm going to answer as many questions as I can. And if I can't get to them, again, I will reshare my contact information on the page to where you could be able to reach out to me. All right, let's see if we can go back to the beginning. So what I'll do is I'll actually mention I'm not going to say the name, but I will say the question. So let's go with the first one that I can see. All right, so the first question I have, how do you do the survey for sneak peek swag? Is it emailed to us? So I'm not sure about that one. I'll actually let one of the moderators, they're probably going to message to be able to give an answer about that one. I guess another question, so are there any sessions that will help sellers deal with fraudulent buyers or false INAD returns? That's actually a great question. So from what I could tell, I did not see specifically any ones that had to do with that. However, what you would be more inclined to do or looking at more like advanced as well as expert level sessions. So in those types of sessions, you would have like access to people, and I guess viewing the people who are attending those sessions to be able to see like possibly those are questions you can ask there. Solely because that is something that still is dealt with. I did not specifically see in the actual schedule that there were ones that were tailored strictly to that. But again, asking the question is the best thing to be able to get the conversation started. All right, let's do another question. So this question is actually a good one. Did I get a business license, or am I doing this as a hobby? So as you will know, as a seller or just in general, whenever you do something for a profit, you may get to the point to where the hobby has no option but to become an actual business. um, in my state of Virginia, at where I'm a resident, that you don't actually need a business license in Virginia, but I did have to create a LLC solely because the tax implications. I'm not a financial person. I'm not tax savvy in that, but I did have to have the structure to say that I needed to create it for that purposes. And I think that's really the go-to, is that it was never a goal for me to create a business, but it kind of happened as like a force of hand, and it just kind of comes with the growth. So if the expectation is for you to grow your business and you have that awareness that like with growth comes additional responsibilities, it is something to have on your radar. But that's actually a great question. All right, let's see. So this is to confirm the expo hall will be open the 26th from only 5 to 8. Looks like that they answered that. Yes. So here's a great question. What opportunities will there be to network and interact with eBay employees directly? How best to find and take advantage of those opportunities? So during the networking events, I'm pretty sure that some of the eBay employees themselves may have a special tag on their name. I'm not sure. I'll see if I can get more details about that, but I think it should be easy to identify the people who are, or members who are attending, or accounts that are attending that are attached to eBay employees. I guess, and then let's see. The last question I'll take for right now is, how do I contact suppliers to add to my business? So that one is more of a business strategy, but I'm gonna give everyone a quick hack right now. So a lot of times you can leverage AI, so like ChatGPT and different types of services, to where if you think of like, it's kind of like Google, you can have a conversation to where it can help start that workflow to have something to write. But a lot of it comes to research. A lot of the suppliers and things have to do with wholesaling. So you have to look into having a wholesale account. And then a lot of times when you do get into wholesale or purchasing or having wholesale accounts, if this is what you fall under, then a lot of times they do want you to have an LLC. So that kind of goes to the last question about like, or a couple questions back, to where like, hey, how does a business normally help you, or when do you create a business and go that route? A lot of times if you do want to have that relationship with other businesses, they want to show that you are a business, as opposed to being like a smaller local, or a smaller in scale seller. Nothing wrong with either one, but it has to do with like more low when you get into products and sourcing and things like that. And let's see, those are all the questions that I will answer for right now. What I'll do is I will go back to show my information again. If anybody wants to reach out, feel free, don't hesitate. You can send anything to me that you can think of today. And I'll look forward to speaking with everybody at or seeing everyone and attending at the first eBay Open. I hope that the information I did provide today is able to help you be successful, have a good time, and then just be able to network, right? So thank you for your time. Thank you for joining my breakout session, and I look forward to hearing from you.